Lil Durk released from prison after case dismissed. Lil Durk has finally been released from prison on bond, and this news has fans hyped. As many of us know, Durk has been facing the most intense legal case of his life, and his life is basically on the line. Durk is being charged in a RICO case and is being blamed for lives that were lost around the same time he and King Von were facing charges. There's actual proof out there that King Von had caught bodies, and now Lil Durk is battling a case that is trying to blame him for the same. Luckily, he was able to get out of prison on bond, but it won't be long before he's back in court trying to beat this case. Durk hired some of the best lawyers around to help him during this rough moment, and clearly they've been doing a very good job. But this case isn't gonna be a walk in the park. Lil Durk is being charged for multiple lives being taken, multiple robberies, and hits. Think about it. He can be facing life in prison if proven guilty. It's gonna be hard to watch once the trial does come around. There's obviously a lot to get into with all that's going on in the industry and all of the rapper reactions to Lil Durk's case. But today, we'll mainly be sticking to Lil Durk released from prison after case dismissed. Lil Durk, real name Durk Devontae Banks, was arrested in October 2024 in Florida on federal charges tied to an alleged hit-for-hire plot. The feds say he conspired to use interstate facilities, crossing state lines, communication travels to orchestrate a revenge hit. Here's more detail. The plot allegedly targeted rapper Quando Rondo, but in the execution, Quando Rondo survived, and the cousin of his, Savia Lil Pad Robinson, was taken out. The prosecution story is it was retaliatory, part of the feud that traces back to King Von's passing in 2020. The charges are heavy. Conspiracy to use interstate facilities to commit a hit for hire resulting in a passing. Additional charges tied to straps, carrying, using, discharging a machine strap in further of a crime. He's pleaded not guilty to all count. Prosecutors say they will not seek the life penalty. That said, that is a federal case involving hits, straps, cross-state travel, so the punishment range is enormous. If convicted, Durk faces life in prison or possibly something close to it, under sentencing statutes tied to hit for hire and crimes. Also worth noting, his defense has moved to dismiss parts of the incident, so nothing is locked in yet. Now, why is this case so serious? It's federal. This isn't a local state level charge. The feds are involved because of the use of interstate facilities, crossing jurisdictions, conspiracy. That means resources, strict rules, and rigorous protection. Retaliation and nexus to King Von. Linking the case to the King Von killing or aftermath draws in more attention, more narratives, and more public scrutiny. Collateral consequences. Even beyond prison time, reputational damage, the ripple effect on music business, possible civil suits, asset seizures, etc. Prevention of flight risk. Dangerous. The fact that he was denied bail or bond shows the court sees serious risk. Is this case tied to crimes King Von has committed? Not exactly. Von's own crimes in life, but the case is directly tied to the aftermath of Von's hit. The prosecutors allege this for-hire hit plot was revenge for Von. Von passed in 2020 in an Atlanta hit. Disputes between Von's circle and Quando Rondo's circle preceded that. Before Von passed, both Von and Durk had been charged in a 2019 Atlanta case, though those charges were later dropped, so there is overlap in alliances, history, feuds. But legally, this case is independent from whatever Von did while alive. The short, life in prison is a real possibility. Many legal analysts are saying that, for a hit for hire charges with results passing, the sentencing range in federal law allows for life, because there's a passing involved, a strap, and violence enhancements, and use of intersection conduits. All of that stacks. Given that prosecutors are not seeking the life penalty, life is likely the max. Lower sentences would depend heavily on what the defense can argue, weak evidence, procedural flaws, and suppression. But with the facts as alleged, the prosecution is aiming high.